The End of Cold War by Yesenia. The Cold War started in 1947 and ended in August 1991. The president of the Soviet Union at the time was Joseph Stalin, and his idea was to have two ways of living: imperialist and capitalist. The United States and Soviet Union spent billions and billions of dollars into this war, and this led to a bad economic situation. Stalin passed away, and Nikita had become president of the Soviet Union. The United States at this time had become allies during World War II, and throughout the Cold War with the Soviet Union, their relationship was complicated and was of ideological, political, and economic factors. Their differences in the political system made it hard for them to make choices. They both could work. The Cuban Missile Crisis that almost brought them to war with each other. When the Cold War had finally come to an end, the relationship started to swell. Eisenhower, the President of the United States, at the time wanted to make a pact. The offer was that each would have free open airways over each other's territory in case anyone was to attack with a nuclear war missile. Eisenhower had went to the Geneva Summit to present this to Nikita and had been rejected by him. The U-2 had been going over Soviet Union territory that was not allowed, and taking photos and finding things the Soviet Union did not want the United States to know about. Eisenhower wanted to stop because he feared it would ruin the relationship of the two governments. So, in May 1st, there was one last flight. They would fly over the Soviet Union airspace and take pictures. This time they were seen by a Soviet Union aircraft and the U-2 was shot down. Nikita was outraged and wanted Eisenhower to apologize and to promise the flying will stop. Eisenhower did not promise to have the mission stop, but would not say sorry. The president of the Soviet Union was outraged again that Eisenhower would not apologize and canceled the summit and withdrew Eisenhower's invitation to visit the Soviet Union. Because of this issue, the 1960s made tension between the United States and Soviet Union greater than ever. President Eisenhower was the first president during the Cold War and elected in 1953. He was a war hero. His commitment was to contain communists and keep the United States a far distance from it. He came up with the Eisenhower Doctrine, and it passed in January 5, 1953. Reagan, the president at the end of the Cold War, had a lot to do with the collapse of the Soviet Union. During this time, the United States was way ahead of the Soviet Union with technology and was under pressure. He stood up for the United States. Less than a year after Reagan left the office, the Berlin Wall fell, and the Cold War ended in 1991. The Berlin Wall was built on August 13, 1961, and was taken down November 9, 1989. The wall was built to separate West Berlin and East Germany. It was also the symbolic boundary between democracy and communism during the Cold War. The Berlin Wall stretched over 100 miles and blocked Berlin out from the rest of East Germany. It is estimated that about 5,000 people made it safely cross. The Soviet Union collapsed on Christmas Day 1991. Gorbachev, president at the time, announced that the Soviet Union came to an end. Estonia and Latvia declared independence and others did the same. Gorbachev had asked for unity, but all rejected. By middle December, all 15 republics had went independent. Soon the CIS was formed, and this was the end of the Soviet Union. The Cold War led to numerous proxy wars and new developments in both nuclear and conventional arms. Because of the Cold War, a lot of countries in the world today possess nuclear weapons that pose a great threat to world existence. And it also led to significant effects in neighboring countries as well as those far away. The effects of the war are far-reaching, and they contributed to the final collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, leaving the United States as a sole superpower. Thank you so much.